Hi everyone, good evening. Let's begin this press conference after match Real Madrid-Baskonia. We're with the head coach of Baskonia, Mr. Dusko Ivanovic. He will make an assessment of the game and then a Q&A session. If you want to ask a question, say your name and the name of your outlet. Mr. Ivanovic, you have the floor. Good evening, congrats to Real Madrid. I think we've played a similar game to the one we played some days ago. Without taking into account this last minute, our biggest problem was the third quarter where we lost 10 balls. We lost our game, actually, but despite of this, we were there in the score. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose this kind of games. Questions? Hi, Dusko. Maybe it's not fair to reduce the whole game and the good job of your team to this late action by Stauskas, but this decided the game. What was he thinking about? What did he tell you in the locker room? Well, if you only focus on that, you are losing for the last action, but as I said, the third quarter was decisive. But this is part of the game. Sometimes you do things right, sometimes you do things wrong, but you do everything with good intention, so no problem at all. Here, first row. Jorge Martinez, Planeta CB. How was Stauskas? You can ask him, if you want. These last two games we've played here, we've seen a good image of your team. Can you win titles in this season? We think we can do great things these years, but for that we need to begin to win matches. That's the most important thing. Alejandro López, el español. What does your team need to achieve so that you cut your ponytail? What does your team need to achieve so that you cut your ponytail? You don't like my ponytail? No, it's like a locker room bet. No, we're not an ordinary team. Baskonia has always been a slightly different team, so there's no option for you to cut off your ponytail? No. Another question over there. It's obvious that your Liga moves on match after day match. Do you think that your team may be among the first 8 teams, taking into account that the next 3 games will be at home, and that can be the key to be among the first 8 teams? Well, me and all the players believe that we can be in the EuroLeague playoffs, but for that we have to fight. And for that we need to begin to play games. We're better, we're improving our game, we're there, but we must win games. Any other question? Thank you very much.
comes the shade. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. for tonight, on for tonight, on for tonight.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe.
Good evening, everyone. If you're ready, let's begin this press conference with Pablo Lasso's assessment and then Q&A session. Good evening. First of all, congrats to the team on the win. I think it's been a well-worked game from our side. We've been able to offer good defensive and offensive results. We needed a better rhythm, both teams. We couldn't break the game. They were patient enough to bridge a gap. They were successful, and then we could win. 15 days ago, we played against them and we lost. This speaks very well of our job playing until the last possession. I'm happy on the win, on the victory. I am aware that we must turn the page quickly and focus on the game we have in Berlin. Questions for Pablo: name and name of your outlet. Noemi Fernandez, Real Madrid TV. Pablo, good evening. Congrats on the victory. How satisfied are you after seeing the fight, the courage, the intelligence of your team, and knowing that all this was useful to win the game? Well, as a head coach, I go home very happy, mainly because of the ambience in the arena, the crowd, the fans having the sixth player. It's not been a beautiful game. However, our fans was pushing ahead in the good moments, in the bad moments. So the support of all fans has been very important. And my players have been concentrated, keeping energetic throughout the game. I don't have any doubt about my players regarding their quality and regarding job, effort, concentration, they've been great. You can play well or bad, but I'm very happy about today's game. And in the same way that I was not happy the other day, today I am. Well, today we've won. I've won, we've won. I'm happy, and I'm happy because of these two situations. We've done a good basketball game, but not everything would be wrong. So until the last action, we were looking for the win, and we got it. Planeta ACB, Pablo? Is there any problem with Rudy in his leg? And another question. It's been a difficult game. Is this like a double victory for Real Madrid? Rudy has to go through some tests. He had some problems in his leg in the last actions. He looked at me, like saying he wasn't great. He will go through some tests tomorrow, and we will learn more regarding the confidence of winning such an evenly contested game as today's. Well, that's sure, this goes very fast. Let's not forget, 48 hours ago, I was here really annoyed for losing the game, but this goes very quick, and games like today's give trust and confidence to the team. I think we lacked some of it during the game. I remember an action where we missed the ball in an easy action. Well, they defend very well. We had a 3-pointer to make an 8-point gap. But, however, my team was very concentrated. I am not proud of doing a great basketball today. That depends on the success. But we had 77 of PIR against 59. Situations that may not be decisive, but they are important. Less missed balls. Carlos Sanchez Blas on the Madrid. Few people know Jules better than you. What can you tell him? Because he's not very good. There was some noise in the crowd when he missed a ball. Well, Sergi, he is quite intelligent for me not to tell him anything. He knows perfectly well what I think. I have a very high confidence on him. He's a great player, one of the captains of the team. He's given us many nights of glory, and he will still give us many nights of glory because he is a player with an impressive quality. If in the middle of the season you have to stop by 50 days, it's difficult to recover the rhythm. If you play basketball well, although you miss a shot, I don't have any problem. The best Jules will come back. This thing that I'm telling to you here, I don't need to say that to him. He's intelligent enough to know it, and the only thing I hope is that he is concentrated and he shows he repeats the effort he's done during the game. You've seen him playing well many nights, and he will do that again for sure. Regarding that question about Jules, the other side of the coin was Campazzo's game. How can you assess his game? Well, let me put it clear about Facu. You asked me about Facu today, saying he's done a great game. I think so too. And when we lost here against Baskonia, he made 7 3-pointers. But I think he played a bullshit. I don't know if I have to say something else about this. Basketball sometimes is been successful in the shot. Other times you have to do other things. And I've said this to him. He's been great today in the defense, in recovering balls, reading situations. He's been absolutely great. Brilliant, not, but great for me. And 15 days ago against Baskonia, he scored 7 3-pointers, and despite of that, he didn't play well for me, but this is not a problem. I told him, I think the players that, independently of how successful they are in the shot, which is important in basketball, of course, I have to appreciate that he scored 7 3-pointers, but they must contribute more to the team. That's why I think he's been great today. He's been very important for the team. Another question? Pablo, I'd like to ask you as a player or as a head coach, well, as a player now, I wouldn't say so, but I think you can understand him. From the bench, when you saw that Stauskas committed that foul, were you shocked? Were you surprised? Did you understand it? Because we were all like, yeah, and I understand it perfectly. He didn't know how was the score. I understand it. I have a friend that he says, many times, very often, players don't know what happens in the court. It's not a critic to the players. This happened to me. This is how decisive action. But when you're in the bonus and you're pressing a guy and you concede a foul, and that's two free throws, well, he must be upset. He's aware of what happened. But for me, it was an unsportsman-like foul, but I think he didn't know the situation. Merit was not stopping in Sil's two-pointer. We couldn't make any other foul as Tompkins missed the shot. They scored 2 more points, but we were able to put the ball in movement quickly and have a last attack with 4 or 5 seconds to go. And they had to defend. They committed a foul. Well, that's it. Another mistake, like the many others that there were during the game, but this one you will remember it, of course, but there were many more mistakes during the game. He will be upset because of this one. That's why the quality of players depend on that, depend on knowing what happens in a game. It's difficult to play a perfect game. You may make mistakes, but Stauskas' mistake was decisive. Is that all? Thank you, good evening.
I like the way that your body move all over the floor, nah, nah, nah. I'd like to find a way to get lost in you, yeah, yeah.